And we're back here. We had a report that the YouTube was not going. In the studio, it said it was going, but we had some spectators here tell us that they were contacted and said it was not going, but now it is going, we hope. So 6-4 Tabor here in set number 1 as we're getting all the bugs worked out. Groff back to serve for the Blue Jays. And we have 2 hits on the Panthers. Good pass by Morrow, way to the front to Smith. Good set for Korf. Sandoval with a nice hustle. Tabor alert. Morrow with the attack. You don't see her do that often. And the ball is deflected off of Sandoval and out of bounds. And Hebert Morrow with the good attack. She attacks from that left side. A lot of times she will put it cross court. She does go down the line some. She kind of mixes it up probably a little more than some of the other Blue Jays. As we see Ortiz now back to serve for Tabor. Blue Jays up by 2. And Ortiz a little strong on the serve, puts it out. Goes back over to the Panthers. Sandoval with the pass to Smith. Hebert full swing. She hits that one out a little bit. If you've watched us, you'll know Brittany, I mentioned last broadcast, takes a full swing, gets her money's worth on the attacks. We're all tied up here at 8. And good read there by, I think both it was Ortiz and Valencia who's checked in to let that go. Number 8, Caitlin Crisp, back to serve for Tabor. Crisp is a 5'5" freshman from Whitewater. Just down the road here, nice block by Dirksen and Queering. Dirksen with a good attack. That's going to be out. 10-8 Blue Jays, set number 1. Both teams trying to get their feet under them and feel the other team out a little bit, see what's happening, what their strategy is going to be. Query, nice attack. And that good hustle by the Panthers. It's a good sign for Taylor to get off to a good start early. Tabor has 3 serves long, which is uncharacteristic of this team. They don't make a lot of service errors. The ball is usually put into play. But here in the early going, maybe amped up just a little bit here. Last home match, as I mentioned earlier. Maybe a little extra juice flowing there. There's a good job by Smith to heads up play, dump that right over in the gap. Diving Panther couldn't quite get underneath it. And we see Groff back in for Valencia. Smith very heads up at the net. She'll pull that out once in a while, usually not too often. Just enough to keep the other team honest. Nice job by Olivia Dirksen. Tried to push one over on her, and she did a great job using her length, getting over and putting it in the hole. So Tabor on top 13-9 here in set number 1. Let's go ahead and hear from one of our sponsors.
Create an estate plan that values what you value. The Biblical Estate Design Service from MB Foundation is a will planning service that brings your faith into the process of preparing a God-honoring estate plan. Many donors of Tabor College have used this service to create their plan and have chosen to leave a gift to the college, a gift that will have a lasting impact on future generations of Tabor students. Learn more at mbfoundation.com/Tabor and get started on your plan today.
MB Foundation, giving meaning to money.
And we're back with you here. Just a couple of things. The men's soccer season came to an end this yesterday, as a matter of fact, with a tough loss to Ottawa. And our women, like I mentioned earlier, they'll be moving on to the playoffs with that win. Exciting 1-0 victory. I was watching the stream up from Lawrence, where our men's basketball team was playing. They defeated Haskell by 10 on the road. Good win for them. We see York come out of the break. Deflection off the Blue Jays lands on our side of the floor. So the well-used timeout there by Coach Nething of the Panthers. 13-10, Tabor on top, set number 1. Sandoval with a nice pass. Good set there by Smith, and Dirksen with the attack. Nice attack by Queering. Taylor gets off the floor. That cross-court attack by the Panthers, just a little wide. And Morrow back to serve for Tabor, up 15-10 here, set number 1. Good serve by Morrow, over and down low, dives quickly. Nice job by Sandoval to get that ball over. And again by Sandoval. The other night, I thought she played a great game against Bethel. Always in the right spot, behind the blockers, so those balls didn't hit the floor. Just did a great job. She's on top of her game again tonight. And there in the net are the Panthers. So Groff with the attempted attack. One of the York players in the net, so it's going to keep the ball over to the Blue Jays. 16-10 Tabor here in the early going. Once again, now we see a serve go long. As I just see Lorenz Plummer walk in. He's one of our students here on the football team. He does some photography for Mike Clausen. In the advancement department. So Lorenz is here. He's going to be taking some photos. So they should be out on Flickr sometime in the near future. So thanks, Lorenz, for taking the time out and taking care of that for us. Corp with the nice attack. Gets the ball back over to the Blue Jays, up 5, 17-12. And when we see the replay here, there's a nice set by Smith And a good attack by Korf. Sandoval to serve for the Blue Jays. That's got to be yes. Left there on York. So Tabor starting to pull away just a little bit. If you're watching, some of that you can see on the camera, some you can't. It's nice to see the ladies out smiling, kind of pumping each other up, having a good time. Looks like they're having fun here in set number 1. Seems like York's game plan is a lot of cross-court attacks here, and they've sent several of those wide. Tabor on top by 7. Sandoval to serve. And Marsal throws a change up. It's a short one. Blue Jays on the offensive. Smith sets up for Groff. Nice attack, but a good dig by York. And Sandoval once again in the right place for the Blue Jays. And a play that had a lot of good offense with a good attacks, good digs, comes down to one that just trickles over the net. That's the way it goes sometimes in the sport of volleyball. And Hebert couldn't quite. She suggested, she kind of told Sam that was my bad. Her timing was off a little bit as she's a little further away from the ball where Sam usually sets it for her, and she couldn't quite get enough of it to send it over the net. So York making a little mini run here, down 5 now. They've cut this lead from 7 to 5. Now down to a 4-point lead for Tabor. And Tabor's down the net, so a 7-point lead, now down to 3. We'll see if Coach Ganawan uses a timeout here. And he tried to get it in, but the official up top blows the whistle. The down official did not see it. And that was a good no timeout by the official. Gives Tabor the ball back on the long serve. 20-16 Blue Jays here in set number 1. That's 4 on York. So Tabor up 5, 21-16. Nice block by the Blue Jays and deflected out of bounds by York. Tabor up 22-16. Here's set number 1 as we see the replay. As it looks like Korf must have got the block as her and Hebert were both up. I think Korf actually contacted the ball, knocked it back over. And then York a little late to react. Groff now back, serving for the Blue Jays. That time, Hebert and Smith up there, and that is knocked off of Smith and out of bounds. I've said many times Sam's one of our best setters. I will also say she's one of the best setters in the conference. I don't think she'll mind me saying she's probably not one of the best blockers in the conference, at least statistical-wise. But you know you're going to get 100% effort from her every night, as you do with all the Blue Jays. Good job by Korf keeping that ball alive. And the push by York goes out of bounds, so Tabor nearing in here on set number 1, 2 points away from taking the opening set. sure why the official brought him back there. He actually blew his whistle and motioned him in, and so when they ran in, then he brought him back. So we're underway again here. Monet back to serve. Good hustle. That's a good athletic attack by Queering. Now we'll be able to set one up here, and Hebert puts it away. And Queering with a nice attack down deep in the middle of the floor, and that's going to do it for the first set. Tabor takes set number 1, 25-17. We're going to hear from one of our sponsors. We'll be right back with you in just 30 seconds.
Think about how good it feels when people really get you. Like the friends who come over when a big game is on, the neighbors next door who always bring your favorite buffalo dip, your in-laws who know you need silence during the clutch plays, and everyone who knows about your special post-win fist bump. It's kind of like having a State Farm agent like Paul Brooks. Paul is here to get to know you and understand your life, so he can help make it easy for you to protect what's important. Get an agent that gets you and your fist bumps. Call State Farm agent Paul Brooks in Wichita at 316-721-8181.
So we're back with you here from the Tabor College Gymnasium, and we are joined at this time by our associate head athletic trainer, Mr. Troy Quincy. Troy, welcome.
Thank you.
And Troy, I know you graduated from Sterling College, but most recently you came from Pittsburgh State.
Sir. Yep.
So what's been the biggest adjustment for you being a associate head athletic trainer at Tabor College versus an assistant trainer or a GA down at Pittsburgh State?
You know, the biggest thing obviously is Pittsburgh State was a Division II school, and just the size of the school playing setting. But then here at the NAIA level at Tabor, it's a whole lot more personable. We get to treat the athletes every day. We get to see them every day and kind of be with them and work through whatever they have to do. And we kind of get more on the academic side, and especially here at Tabor, more the spiritual side as well.
And you work closely with all of your trainers, but one of the guys that's kind of maybe mentoring you a little bit and kind of help you get adjusted is Jim Moore. Mm-hmm. And so how has that worked, working with Jim and kind of getting this thing rolling together?
Yeah, Jim has been very helpful trying to figure out how Tabor does things, and he has 17-plus years of experience in the athletic training field, kind of getting his perspective throughout his whole career and kind of molding it between my perspective as well.
So what I know you guys kind of split the duties up a little bit. I know like Jim does soccer a lot.
Yep.
What are some of the sports that you are directly overseeing yourself?
This year I'll be overseeing football teams and then both basketball teams. Okay. And then we'll kind of be splitting off in the spring for baseball, softball, track, tennis.
And if the spring goes like it did last year, you guys will be busy every day, or maybe not for a while, then busy every day with the weather. But so what have you enjoyed the most in your job here at Tabor? One of the top things you've enjoyed since you've been here?
You know, it's a challenge. Not a whole lot of individuals come from straight a master's degree straight into a associate head athletic trainer role. So getting myself kind of comfortable in that situation, but still being able to challenge myself and everything that comes with it.
When you talked a little bit about Tabor and the spiritual side of things and the emphasis that we do put on that part of things here, how have you do you like that aspect of it, and how do you relate that to the students you work with and the other trainers?
Right. I really like it, being able to put that into my rehab setting as well. It makes everything kind of smooth transition to having the athlete's worst period of their career to eventually having them come back.
Right. Well, what is probably the thing you most enjoy about the Hillsborough community? Well, we talked to Tabor a little bit. What about Hillsborough? It's a small town.
It is.
Yeah. It's different than Pittsburgh, but similar to Sterling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Sterling and Hillsborough are very similar. Everyone knows everyone, and everyone's willing to help, which has been awesome.
Well, I know you've got a good training staff that you're working with right now, and I think you, if I see correctly, you're covering tonight, or is
yes,
that?
Yes, sir. Yep.
So you're actually covering, and hopefully I like to see. I don't like to see my trainers busy on game night. I hope I never see them on game night, except stand on the sideline and watching the contest.
I like being bored.
There you go. So, well, Troy, we'll let you get back down there just in case somebody maybe needs your help or something, or maybe a little ice, maybe. But thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. We appreciate the job you do here.
Thank you.
Thanks, Troy. And we'd like to thank our associate head athletic trainer, Troy Quincy. As Troy's been kind of, as you mentioned, very seldom do you go straight from your master's program into an associate head job. But Troy has done just an outstanding job, and I know Jim and him work well together, as does our other trainers, Kate Burkell and Caitlin Ellis are in there as well, doing a great job taking care of our student athletes, getting them back as quickly as possible, but being sure they're ready to come before they release them. If you just joined us, Tabor won set number 1, 25-17. Good job by Smith and Dirksen with an attack. Good job, Olivia, just putting the ball away. As we see the replay right here, Sam with a little set right in the middle, and Olivia just winding up, finding the gap in the Panther defense. Morrow with a nice serve, knuckleball, kind of floated a little bit, dove there at the end. Now we see the back set by Smith and Groff with the cross-court attack. So 3-2 Tabor. As we see Miller and Tafi Alali. That's probably the only time I'm going to even attempt to say that name. Check in for York. Nice block by Korf and Dirksen. And another one. Dirksen got all of that one, and she knocks it right back over in the hole on the Panther side. This will be the second one here. She tries to go a little bit more across, and Olivia very well squared up. Good job, put that ball down. Get the serve back for Sandoval with Tabor up 4-2. Hebert's attack cross-court and out off the net. As Coach Ganallen thought one of the York players was in the net, the officials said no, and Tabor maintains a 1-point lead. Now make it 2. Valencia going to check in for Groff. That's been another substitution that Coach has gone to. This gives Groff a little bit of a break. Number 9, Melody Valencia, 5'2" junior from Carlton, New Mexico, goes in to serve. That was really, I think that missed time jump threw Tabor off more than it did York, as our blockers went up to block it, and she didn't get a full swing on it and end up just kind of floating the ball over behind our blockers, over our blockers and down. We're going to have 2 hits on the Panthers. Tabor leads 6-4 here in set number 2. Queering will check back in. As we see Mara will take a break. See if we can get Queering going here in this set. We can get her timing down and get her attacking the ball. That's obviously better for us. Nice block. Sandoval just in the right spot more times than not for the Blue Jays, doing an excellent job. A little miscommunication on part of the Panthers. Tabor now up by 3, 7-4. Good serve by Korf. And a good attack by number 17, Bish, 6-foot senior from Billings, Montana. Coach Jamison up in the booth. He'll be glad to know that one of his golfers, Aaron Morrison, is here doing a good job ball rolling for us this evening. This is her first activity doing that. Well, she's the rookie, and we have Maddie Ediger, her roommate from last year, is kind of the veteran of the crew here. They're doing a super job keeping the balls dry and ready for the ladies. Crisp now back to serve. Tabor up 8-5. Back set as that hit the antenna. Ball stays with the Blue Jays. And good attack there by Rose. We're going to call her Rose. Rose T. 5'9" junior from Magna, Utah. Kind of caught Valencia a little flat-footed, a little off guard, I think, as she did send that one at her pretty quick. 9-6 Tabor. Sandoval on the floor, two consecutive attempts. And Dirksen with another attack. Olivia just playing outstanding here in the second set as she's really finding her groove. Timing looks good. She's getting a good swing on the ball. And right now York's having trouble handling the 6-foot junior from Gossel. Groff back in. Valencia goes to the bench. And Smith to serve. And that's just a little long. Number 14, Warren, the libero for York, back to serve. Serves it right to the libero for Tabor, Sandoval. And good set for Query. Query's starting to heat up as well. So we see the little short back set. Not short height-wise, but distance-wise for Query from Smith. And Query knows what to do with the ball. You put it where she can hit it. And most of the time for Tabor, that's going to be a good result. We see number 12, Haley Schofield, 6-foot senior from Casper, Wyoming. And I think I called the wrong lady a while ago. That was her that's been doing the damage so far for York, so Tabor needs to be sure to kind of get her figured out. And once again, another attack by Dirksen. That time York did get some hands on that one and blocked it out of bounds. Tabor up by 4, 12-8. Sandoval to serve. And Hebert with the attack, so Tabor starting to utilize all of their hitters. We see a nice set there by Smith, and again, Hebert's going to wind up and give it everything she has when she attacks. Thorpe with a good attack, a good block by the Panthers, sends it back over the open spot on Tabor's side. Tabor's had about this 4-point lead ever since they've gotten it. Or if the attack goes out, tried down the line around the blockers and hit it a little too wide. 3-point edge for Tabor as number 6, Emma Peters, back to serve. Tabor lead cut to 2 here in set number 2. Good job by Smith to dig that out of the net. Sandoval just dumps it right over the net. Korf with a nice attack that's deflected out of bounds off York. So Tabor stops the little run by the Panthers, and Valencia will give Groff a break. That might be the easiest pass Melody has had to handle all night, and she couldn't quite handle that one. But she's back to serve now. Good serve. Heads up play by Hebert. That ball came over. She saw an opening in the back and pushed it deep. The Panthers' diving attempt knocks the ball out of bounds. Tabor back up on 4, 15-11. And Valencia sends that one just a little long as we see 17. Check back in. That's Bish. He's a 6-foot senior from Billings. And here's that play by Hebert. Heads up play. Everybody up to the net, so she pushes it deep. There's that back set. Good job by Brittany to put that one away. Querying back in for Morrow, and Korf goes back to serve. You see that time Brittany did change up a little bit. Just guided that where she wanted it. Good serve by Korf. Good job by Tabor, let that one go. Good communication by the Blue Jays. Sandoval and Quirin yelling out. Hebert with authority. The ball on the York side had hit something in the rafters and had gone over, but I guess they're going to call Hebert was in the net. So the ball will go to York. Number 11, Scarborough, in the serve for the Panthers. That time Hebert pulls it wide. She likes that cross the body attack. Has a tendency to pull a little wide once in a while, but she'll figure it out. She'll be ready to go. Chris will come in to serve, giving Hebert a break. And Sandoval takes a break as well, as Dirksen will check back in. Good serve by Crisp. Nice low, hard serve. And Dirksen and Smith can't quite get squared up on that one. And we see Hebert right back in. Got a pretty decent crowd here tonight. Usually the start of the match, a lot of the students are just getting out of practice or finishing up eating. They've found their way in the gymnasium. Good attack by Querying, and another one. That time the block goes over and rides all the way down. Didn't hit the net, but rode all the way down right parallel to it and right out of the reach of Smith as York has cut this lead down to 1, 18-17. This is tied up now, 18 all. The Panthers have come all the way back, trailed by 4 most of this set. Tabor needs to get a stop right here. And that deflection out of bounds. Tabor trailing 18-19. Timeout, Blue Jays. We'll take it with them.
Sooner or later, you might need some extra storage space. When that day comes, Fleming's Mini Store All is ready and waiting. Fleming's Mini Store All has 5 locations and has been serving the Hillsborough and Marion area since 1990. They've got a variety of storage size options and can even handle boats and RVs. To learn more, just visit FlemingsMiniStoreAll.com or give them a call at 620-382-5550. Fleming's Mini Store All, the solution for your storage problems.
And we're back with you here at Tabor College Gymnasium. Tabor led by as many as 4 this set after taking the first set 25-17, now down 1. York has come all the way back, taking a 19-18 lead. Again, if you're just joining us, this is the last home match of the year for the Lady Blue Jays. I'll set what's up next for them here at the next break. Again, we would like to wish our women's soccer team good luck this Saturday as they travel to Oakwoo and play travel to Bartlesville, Oklahoma, and play Oklahoma Wesleyan University at 2:30 Saturday. So good luck to Coach Thompson and the Lady Blue Jays down in Oklahoma. And right now things are kind of going York's way. They've got a little momentum here up to 2018. Here in set number 2. Tabor needs to get a stop right here, get the ball back. Ortiz is a pass to Smith. Diving effort by the Panthers, keep it off the floor. Sandoval trying to send that one over a little wide. Now the Blue Jays find themselves down 3, 21-18. And a nice back set there by Smith, and Dirksen on rhythm again. Swings behind Smith. Sends the ball to the back row, and the Panthers can't handle it. So much needed stop there by the Blue Jays. Smith now back to serve, down 2 at 21-19. Nice job by Sandoval. And good job by the Blue Jays, closing it back to a 1-point advantage. 20-21. Smith to serve again. Tabor had cut that lead back to 1. York not going away here in set 2. Now they're up 22-20. The ladies on Tabor bench trying to get the ladies on the floor pumped up and ready to go. And that block goes out just wide. And York 2 points away from set 2. .24 as Warren puts the ball in play for the Panthers. And that's going to do it. Tabor wins set 1. York wins set 2. We'll be right back with you with Naima Mexon, Tabor College Tennis
Create an
GA.
estate plan that values what you value. The Biblical Estate Design Service from MB Foundation is a will planning service that brings your faith into the process of preparing a God-honoring estate plan. Many donors of Tabor College have used this service to create their plan and have chosen to leave a gift to the college, a gift that will have a lasting impact on future generations of Tabor students. Learn more at mbfoundation.com/Tabor and get started on your plan today.
MB Foundation, giving meaning to money.
And we're back with you here, and set number 2 went the way of the Panthers after Tabor controlled set number 1. So we are joined this time by one of our tennis GAs, Naima Mexon. And Naima, how is it going this year as being a GA in your first year on the other side of things doing some coaching? How are you enjoying that, and what's different about it than playing?
It's been really fun. It's been definitely a lot different to be on the other side and kind of just see everything that happens behind the scenes and all the work coaches do. But it's been fun. It's been challenging, but I'm enjoying it and working alongside Coach Rencher, who's his first year. But I think the team's getting together and hopefully we'll be having a good season.
Now, you mentioned Coach Rencher, and I hear, you meet him, and he's a soft-spoken, quiet, laid, but you put him on a tennis court, and it's like something happens.
Yeah.
He's an intense person on the tennis court. Talk about that a little bit and what that's done for your team with his intensity and drive.
Yeah, it's if you meet him just at a regular conversation, he's so, like you said, just soft-spoken, but when he gets in the court, he's really passionate about what he's doing and about, like, just tennis. And he just gets the team excited and motivated, and it's just allowed the team to have really intense practices so we know what it is like to be non-stop. So our goal is that whenever we play someone, whether we win or lose, opponents have to like sweat and almost like, they have to fight to beat us. So it's been really good. So all the players have been able to play at an intense level, and just that's the goal, to make them work hard.
Well, I noticed the GAs are working hard out there too at practice. You don't just stand around and watch.
Yeah.
You guys work hard. I've seen that. So a little bit about what graduate program are you in here at Tabor?
I'm doing the Master's in Business Administration.
And so when you finish that in 2 years, correct? You'll have this year, next year. What do you want to do with that when you're finished here with that?
My long-term goal is to be a financial advisor. So I just kind of want to go in business and get in a financial advising company and just kind of build my career from there. And coaching in tennis, I see it like as a side job where I can like mentor people and do it as a volunteer job, or, who knows what God has.
Right. And talk a little bit about what has you learned on the tennis court, whether through Coach Reuter or working with Coach Rencher, that you can transfer over into everyday life or the job that you want to have someday. What are some of the lessons maybe you've learned?
I think I've learned tennis is a sport where you're the one making the calls most of the time. So if you cheat the system, you're just cheating yourself and God. So I've learned that that's kind of in life. There's many times people are not going to be looking at what you're doing or everything, and you're going to be the only one making the choices. So I've learned a lot about integrity, about sportsmanship, just respecting other people, whether you have the same beliefs or not, and just carrying it everywhere you go. You have to just deal with people, whether you like it or not, everywhere you go, and working as a team as well, and just getting together with people that come from all different backgrounds and learning how to talk to different personalities, and just kind of learn some stuff about that, and learned a lot about God and how he works but it's definitely been fun.
So last question, then we'll let you go. But what if somebody's watching this, maybe a prospective volleyball player or just somebody who's home watching, and it's a prospective student athlete and they're looking for a place to go. As someone who your background is not typical Tabor College Mennonite Brethren background, but you ended up here, and what would you suggest to them about maybe why considering Tabor?
I think Tabor is a place that will challenge you and will make you grow. Like you said, I don't come from a Mennonite background, so I know for people that are like, well, I don't have that background, why should I go there? Well, it's good because you get out of your comfort zone, and that's when God works in like the best way. So I would encourage people to just get out of their comfort zones, because God has great things planned for them, and Tabor has a great community of people on campus and just in this pretty town that we have. And you're gonna feel welcomed, and you're gonna be pushed to be a better person in all aspects of your life.
That's good. So if anybody's out there, hopefully you'll listen to what Naima has said, and she's done a super job here as a tennis player, and I know you work in the business office now as well, and now as a GA, and we really appreciate all the effort you put in mentoring our tennis players and just working around campus and the example you are to all of us. So Naima, thank you for joining us, and we'll let you go, and we'll get back to some volleyball.
Thank you, David.
Yep. And we're back with you now here with volleyball action as the Blue Jays here in set number 3 are down 1, 2-3. Set number 1 went the way of Tabor, 25-17. Set number 2, 25-20. York battled back from a 4-point deficit to take the second set. York trying to ride the momentum of that second set here into set number 3. We were tied up early. Now it's 4-2 York. A good attack by Groff, and that block goes out. We see Sandoval back to serve for the Blue Jays. We have Hebert, Morrow, Groff, Smith, Morrow, and Sandoval on the floor for the Blue Jays. And Groff pulls that one just a little wide down the line on the left side. 5-3 York here early going set number 3. And the attack there by number 17, Bish. Wide left. Ball over to Groff, and the Blue Jays is a senior from Corn Bible Academy. Sends it over for Tabor. And there's Morrow's patented, what I call the full swing bunt. She winds up, and sometimes she really pounds it, and sometimes it looks like she about misses part of the ball, but she does contact it. It goes over into a gap, and that can throw your defense off, and you're expecting something coming a lot quicker. It's a good play by Groff. Pulls the Blue Jays even. Good block by Hebert. And Smith has that set for Hebert, and Hebert that time just pushes it over off the head of the York defender. As we see this time, instead of swinging through it, is actually off her fingertips. 6-5 Blue Jays reclaim the lead here in set 2 as we see that one pushed deep. Good job by Korf and Hebert with the block there. Tabor now has come all the way back and taking a 3-point lead as we see the replay there. The back set by the Panthers. And the Blue Jays read that perfectly. Both Hebert and Korf got up, squared up nicely on that. Attack attempt by York. Right back at him, 8-5 Blue Jays. Groff with yet another serve. And Hebert with that attack. And that one was 4 times. The ball was not contacted by the Panthers. So you've heard me say before, that's one of the toughest calls to make for a volleyball official. Was it hit or was it not hit? They got it right there. You've also heard me say that they make the right call more times than not. Double hit by the Panthers. We see Monet Ortiz back in for Korf and Quirin back in for Morrow. So Ortiz, if you're not familiar with her, she'll get back about as far as she can. And she strikes the ball well on the serve. Sandoval with a nice dig and pass. As that was called out. Line judge, the official overruled, called it in. Panthers cut the lead 9-7. And Hebert with a nice attack there, and York can't do anything with it but hit it straight down on their side. Chris will come back in for Hebert. We see Dirksen run back on the floor, giving Sandoval a break. And Hebert's break was short-lived as she's back on the floor. Pass from Quirin was a little long and actually went over the net. But number 12, Schofield, couldn't do anything with it. She tried to block it down on Tabor's side, knocked it down on her own side. Got to give York credit. Good hustle there by the Panthers, but couldn't quite get the back over. You see the back set by Smith and Groff with the attack. You see our replays are brought to you by Micah Rickert, one of our students here at Tabor. All of our filmers, all of our student workers are field experience, trying to get some hours in. And they do not get paid for this, so it's mainly volunteer, really. They do a great job bringing you several camera angles and replays and production. Good dig by Smith. Sandoval sets it up for Queering. And that one results in a point Tabor. Smith now back to serve as a short serve. Good hustle. And now ball, free ball over. Hopefully Tabor can put this away. Dirksen continues her hot night. There was one little stretch in the second set where she was getting blocked, missed just a few, but she's been on fire pretty much every set. So Tabor up on top 15-8. York calls a timeout. We'll take it with them.
Think about how good it feels when people really get you. Like the friends who come over when a big game is on, the neighbors next door who always bring your favorite buffalo dip, your in-laws who know you need silence during the clutch plays, and everyone who knows about your special post-win fist bump. It's kind of like having a State Farm agent like Paul Brooks. Paul is here to get to know you and understand your life, so he can help make it easy for you to protect what's important. Get an agent that gets you and your fist bumps. Call State Farm agent Paul Brooks in Wichita at 316-721-8181.
So we're back here with you at Tabor Gymnasium. Tabor now opened up a 7-point edge. Nice job. Queering has not been striking the ball the last several attempts. Maybe she's a little too far off the net, she's felt, or she felt like they've kind of got her gauge and they've been getting some hands on something, but that time she wound up and put it away. As you see right there, timing perfect, set was perfect. Tabor keeps it rolling up 16-9. Back set, and then attack by Groff. Good dig by the libero. A good job by Groff and Dirksen. I believe Dirksen got her hands on that as the ball started to come over the net. She tapped it right back over as we see the replay right here. Yes, it's Dirksen playing a good, solid, all-around match this evening. That's the second time we've seen that tonight. We've had the missed timing from York has actually thrown Tabor off more than it has York. 17-10 Tabor here, set number 2. We're tied at one set, or excuse me, set 3. We're tied at 1 apiece. Good job by Jaden Korf. Giving Tabor the 8-point edge. Good serve by Sandoval. That attack's going to go long by the Panthers. Tabor doubles up the York. Blue Jays take a 20-10 lead on the Panthers. Sandoval with that patented two-handed dribble. Gets in rhythm. Hebert just wide. Good play. Defense have all shifted behind the blockers, and she tried to pull that over and just pulled it a little bit wide. Ball goes back over to York. And good attack there by the Panthers. This Morrow's diving effort just out of reach. They were still in control, 20-12. York has rattled off 2 in a row here. Be good if Tabor could put a stop to this and went ahead and got this set under control. Smith with a quick set to Hebert, and Hebert, when the Tabor hitters have had good sets for them, and everything has gone right, obviously. That sounds like an easy thing to do, but when it goes right, they've really been putting the ball away. 21-13, Groff back to serve. Good job by Marissa. And Groff with another good serve. That time she changed up, come down the right side. And Coach Nething decides she needs another timeout before this gets out of control. We'll take it with them. Tabor on top here in set 3, 23-13.
Sooner or later, you might need some extra storage space. When that day comes, Fleming's Mini Store All is ready and waiting. Fleming's Mini Store All has 5 locations and has been serving the Hillsborough and Marion area since 1990. They've got a variety of storage size options and can even handle boats and RVs. To learn more, just visit FlemingsMiniStoreAll.com or give them a call at 620-382-5550. Fleming's Mini Store All, the solution for your storage problems.
We're back here with you. Tabor 2 points away from set 3. And you could not see because the banner's here, but the ball hit the rafters or something in the ceiling and shot back. And Tabor was in rhythm, and they were out of rhythm because of the ceiling. But we're still up 23-14 here. Set 3. And Korf with the cross-court attack, a little deep. So York not going away quietly here in set 3. They've cut this 20-10 lead down to 23-16. Still like Tabor's chances, obviously, especially if they can get this point right here. Heads-up play by Korf, reading the defense well. Pushes it clear to the back row. Just out of reach of a diving Scarborough. As you see the two blockers go up, and then the defender comes up trying to shut that gap down. And so good job by Jaden to read that and send it deep corner. And that was a nice attack by number 17, Bish. She did put that one down with some authority. Tabor still up top and have the set point, 24-17. Ortiz. And with the pass to Smith and a nice set, and Hebert puts it into set number 3. Tabor takes a 2-1 lead, 25-17. Back with you in a minute.
Create an estate plan that values what you value. The Biblical Estate Design Service from MB Foundation is a will planning service that brings your faith into the process of preparing a God-honoring estate plan. Many donors of Tabor College have used this service to create their plan and have chosen to leave a gift to the college, a gift that will have a lasting impact on future generations of Tabor students. Learn more at mbfoundation.com/Tabor and get started on your plan today.
MB Foundation, giving meaning to money.
And we're back here with you, and Tabor takes set 3, 25-17, the same score they took set number 1, dropping the middle set there, 20-25. And I'm joined by Associate Athletic Director, Dr. Carol Hunt. And Dr. Hunt, first of all, let's start with you're doing something a little different this year. You're traveling to all of the conference schools, talk about Champions of Character. So talk a little bit about how that came about and what exactly do you do? Who do you meet with and what do you present to the different schools in the conference?
Dr. Scott Crawford asked me to put together a proposal last year to see what it would take for me to travel to each of the campuses and talk to the coaches and also the student leadership groups about character. So that's how it got started, and then it was approved by the presidents. I put together a budget, what it would take to do that, and so it was approved by the president. So I've been doing that this year.
So how has that been accepted? First of all, how many schools have you been to so far?
I've been to about 6 schools so far.
So close to half of them.
Close to half of them.
And plus, obviously, you're here. So
yes.
We'll call it half. But how has that been recepted so far?
It's been really good. My reception has been really good. The athletic directors have welcomed me with open arms. I get a chance to talk to the coaches, and I also get a chance to talk to the student leadership group. So when I talk to the coaches, I talk to them, do we really develop character in our athletes? Because there's research that says that the longer an athlete participates on the college level, the lower their moral reasoning becomes. And so we talk about that. I talk about social values like hard work, and then moral values like integrity. And yes, I think we can develop character, but it has to be a cognizant choice on the coach's part. And you can do that with instruction and by your example.
So I know that kind of puts a little pressure on Tabor, having you the head honcho, I guess, in the conference. So Tabor students better behave a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
Guessing around here. So when you go do these, though, have you enjoyed that time away from the campus and doing something a little bit different, or something that you enjoyed taking it to other places?
Yes, I do. I retired from teaching. This is my 2nd year away from that, but this gives me a chance to get back into the teaching mode a little bit.
Right. So what else is coming up on the Tabor campus right now? That I know you've got one football game left. You're kind of one of the administrators for football, and then into basketball. We got the Classic this weekend.
Yes. So I'll be helping out with that, with hosting officials, welcoming teams, that kind of thing.
Now, are you headed to the conference volleyball tournament again this year as well?
Yes, I'll be helping out the 15th and the 16th for the volleyball tournament.
And that's over in Hutch again.
That's over in Hutch again.
So I've said this before. I know our team kind of has gone through a little bit of a rough patch with their win-loss record lately, but I think our team here, and you can agree or disagree with me, but I think our team's one to keep an eye on. If they really put things together, I think we've got the tools. We can make a run in that tournament.
Yeah, I agree with you. We just have to keep momentum going. We seem to sometimes in a match kind of lose momentum, but once we get that back, we can be pretty tough.
Yeah, and we saw that just a little bit as we won the first set. Started good in the second set, got up 4, and then let that momentum slip. And then now we've won the third one, and now we're down 0-2 here. So hopefully we'll get that back right away. But
Yeah.
Dr. Hunt, thanks for visiting with us. Always a pleasure to have you around. I know we give you a hard time a lot of times about a lot of things, but you're always good-natured. And you meant a lot to me. I know when I was a student here and guided me in a lot of areas, and we really appreciate that, and you've done that for a lot of students. So keep up the good work. I know you're semi-retired. I don't know if we could ever fully retire you or not, but that's fine if you stay around. So enjoyed having you up, and thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yep. And we'd like to thank Dr. Carol Hunt, Associate Athletic Director here at Tabor College, and a lady that I work closely with. Her office is literally about 6 steps from mine over in the Pendry Athletic Center, and we like to visit and have a good time. And the biggest thing is we like to put on events like these for all of our student athletes, along with our athletic director, Marty Seesmer, so they can come and showcase their skill and their ability like this. So Tabor on the board finally here in set number 4. Now it's 2-5. As Morrow has a nice low serve again, making the Panther defense work. Good block by Dirksen. She continues her nice night on the net, both offensively and defensively. We see the little quick back set didn't catch Olivia by surprise at all. Good timing, puts the ball right back down, pulls the Blue Jays within 2 at 5-3. Sandoval, the great effort from the back. And I'm not sure if you understand how difficult some of the passes she's made tonight are. When you're diving one direction, but yet you can throw the ball right back to the middle of the court. That says something about your athletic ability and your ability to read the ball and where it's going. So 7-3 York here in set number 4. That block attempt by the Panthers go out. That's one of those that's really close, but did they hit it or not? You see none of the Panthers arguing that they didn't tip it, so obviously somebody did. So Sandoval with a deep serve for the Blue Jays. Korf with a nice attack down the line. Groff with a pass to Smith, and Hebert pushes it over. Good effort by Sam. Couldn't quite reach that deflection. And York will take an 8-4 lead, doubling Tabor up here early in set number 4. Good attack by Groff. The deflection is just out of reach as we see a couple of Panthers get tangled up there on the floor. Good effort by York. As you see there on your replay, the deflection, they couldn't tell exactly where it went. As we have the official on the ground. Down on the floor, calling the ball that it hit the antenna. The line judge did not make that call. And the coach from York, Coach Crystal Nething, is pleading her case. And to be honest with you, I couldn't quite tell. I know it did wiggle a little bit, but I don't know if that was because it did clip the net or went around the antenna or went around it. But needless to say, Tabor was awarded that point, but York got it back on the service error, so it's 9-6. Panthers, early set 4. Nice job by Hebert. She's right-handed, went up in the air, changed hands, pushed it to the, with her left hand back across where she came from. Just an outstanding play by Brittany. Ortiz back to serve now, trying to pull Tabor within 1. Queering with the attack. The first time there, she tried just to tap it over, and York was ready and got it back. That time she said none of that. She decides to wind up and put some pace behind it. Ortiz with a nice serve. Good job by Valencia, keep that off the floor. And again, and that time Queering couldn't quite get it over. It was a tough angle. You may say Taylor might have tried to do a little too much with that, but you know, that's her game. She's aggressive. That was great for her to get out there, and she's playing to win. She's not playing not to lose, and that's contagious. Sandoval with a good pass up to Smith. We're in with the attack, and that one's going to go out. As we see number 12, Schofield, who's given the Blue Jays fits at times tonight, kind of has gone in stretches. As she sailed that one deep, Tabor down 10-9. As we see Caitlin Crisp, 5'5" freshman, to serve, and she doesn't quite get it over. As you see Hebert check in for Crisp, but then turn right around and go out. And if you've not been watching, that's what happens when she goes back in. Then the libero, in this case Sandoval, checks right back in as well. O'Brien with the attack off of Queering, out of reach of any other Blue Jays. As the officials now are backing up the York players, as they don't mind if they stand, but they are standing in front of the chairs, which is getting kind of close to the court of play. Smith back to serve for Tabor. Down by 4, 14-10. And heads up play by Groff as that errant pass by the Panthers traveled over the net, and Groff just quickly but taps it down. Tabor now cutting the Panther lead to 3 at 15-12. See Corf and Morrow coming in for Quirin and Ortiz. Good dig by Smith. Sandoval with the pass and the setup for Groff. And once again, you see Sandoval just in the right spot. Gorf with the attack. Panthers can't handle it, and that pulls the Blue Jays to within 2, 13-15. Good serve by Morrow. Good back set and attack by Groff. Right to the back, out of the reach. York couldn't even get a hand on it. As Morrow's rattled off a couple here, pulling Tabor within 1, 14-15. Passing is so critical in any sport, but especially volleyball. And if you can make a really good pass and your setter doesn't have to move a lot and can get her feet set and make a nice set, makes things a lot easier. But York is having trouble passing the ball a little bit right now. So they're not getting very many really good offensive opportunities. And Tabor so far taking advantage as York now finds themselves down 16-15. We'll take a timeout.
Think about how good it feels when people really get you. Like the friends who come over when a big game is on, the neighbors next door who always bring your favorite buffalo dip, your in-laws who know you need silence during the clutch plays, and everyone who knows about your special post-win fist bump. It's kind of like having a State Farm agent like Paul Brooks. Paul is here to get to know you and understand your life, so he can help make it easy for you to protect what's important. Get an agent that gets you and your fist bumps. Call State Farm agent Paul Brooks in Wichita at 316-721-8181.
Once again, we'd like to thank everyone. Several people who have been working all year so our volleyball team can come out and play and you guys can enjoy the broadcasts. And if you're here enjoying Mike James on the PA and the little extra he's given the atmosphere. Riley Blue Lingstad, he's done a nice job on the clock and the music and the game time. Kaylee and Bailey and Tina Lowen have been on the book and the computer all year. Line judges Jordan Horstick, Josiah Ray, and Emily Ingalls. Had several ball rollers, Maddie Ediger and May Kirchhoff, Jessica Buller, Taylor Jantz, Aaron Morrison, Austin Weaver. Appreciate all the effort they've put in. Kayla's been one of our main filmers all year. And our studio people, can't forget them, Chris and Mike and Micah. As that ball was tipped. So Tabor, ball goes back to Tabor, stays with Tabor, 17-17. Here in set 4, Sandoval back to serve. As that ball did clip the antenna. So Tabor now in control a little bit as they've 18-17. Trying to salt this one away here in set number 4. Again, they won the first and the third, 25-17. Dropped the second, 25-20. That ball was in. And there's the friendly bounce for the Blue Jays. We see Sandoval wind up and hit the little soft serve, and so you got the country club bounce, you might call it, to use a golf analogy. So Tabor widening their lead now, 21-17. As we see Groff with the attack, the deflection off the Panther blockers and out of bounds. Sandoval, I think she would like to just serve this thing out and be done with it. Good effort by the Panthers keeping that ball off the floor. Mara with the pass to Smith, set for Groff in the attack. Once again, York up to the task. And Hebert with a nice attack. Again, Brittany likes to go up and really swing across her body, pull that ball back to her left. See the great effort there by Sandoval. Ball back over. Everybody resets. And you see the nice camera work there by Kayla. And the replay by Micah. Appreciate that. Good job by Groff, the senior coming through for the Blue Jays. And Coach Nething decides I need another timeout. Might be too late as Tabor's up 23-17. Back with you in a second.
Sooner or later, you might need some extra storage space. When that day comes, Fleming's Mini Store All is ready and waiting. Fleming's Mini Store All has 5 locations and has been serving the Hillsborough and Marion area since 1990. They've got a variety of storage size options and can even handle boats and RVs. To learn more, just visit FlemingsMiniStoreAll.com or give them a call at 620-382-5550. Fleming's Mini Store All, the solution for your storage problems.
Sandoval on a roll. Serving back from the middle of the court. Nice serve once again. And now it's going to be match point. Tabor trying to win the 3 sets all by the same score. As right now it's 24-17. As you hear PA announcer Mike James telling the Tabor people, get on your feet. I see Caleb Devine and some of the football guys over there pumping everybody up, which is great to see. I think that's Robert Edmondson over there. And Tabor going to have to try again. It's good to see guys and gals from other sports over here. I see several sports represented, just some other students here as well. Try to cheer this Blue Jay team on to a win. And how fitting is that the ball is set from a senior to a senior as Groff puts it away. And Tabor wins in 3, 25-18 here in set number 4. So we will be back with you here in just a minute for a little bit of a recap, and then we will get Coach Ganawan up here for the postgame show. We'll take a break. Be back with you in just a minute. So we're back with you. We're going to just give a couple of highlights. As you watch the highlights, we'll give a couple of thoughts. Just wrap up the night before Coach Ganawan comes. He will be on his way up here. But again, Tabor looked very strong out of the gates, taking set 1, 25-17. Second set, they actually got off to a pretty good start, was ahead by 4. And before, you got to give York credit. They really started handling the ball well and came back and defeated Tabor 20-25 in set 2. Tabor controlled sets 3 and 4, winning by a score of 25-17 and 25-18. And so now we'll Now I'm joined by Coach Marshall Ganawan, head coach of the Tabor College Blue Jays. And Coach, a little better result tonight. Set number 1. Hey Riley, pick that up a little bit. As we're getting some camera work there, I'm not for sure if they need to have that on us or not, Coach. I'd much rather watch the replays than us, but
sure.
Set number 1, talk about that a little bit first. I thought your ladies came out, played pretty well, really controlled that whole set and pulled it out 25-17.
Right. We just, we practiced all of our stuff this week, and I know we were in a losing streak, and then I just told them, hey, let's play, have fun, loosen up, and don't be so uptight. And then they just came out firing, and I thought, they were having better plays, better passes to start with, and we just went with it. So.
Well, and then, set number 2, you started well. You had a 4-point lead there for a while, and you got to give York credit. They made some plays, a few maybe adjustments, came back and took set number 2 from you. But then set number 3 and 4, you really controlled that. That was never really, maybe a little tight early, but once you widened that lead to 4 or 5, it just grew.
Right. Our players were not afraid to play. So, and that's what I told them basically in that 4th set was like, look, they started tipping because they're now afraid to swing, and we're getting all of their hits, and that gives us the opportunity to play our style of offense, because we can control the pass better when it's easier hits or easier tips. So, and I just like, hey, we're gonna feed our hitters because that's what we're gonna do. And like I said, we kind of took away with it and just ran with it.
Well, I thought several of your players played really well, but I thought Olivia Dirksen really played well on the net tonight. I know as coaching, sometimes you may have a gauge on kind of who's doing what and whatever, but from up here, not having to worry about adjustments like you do, I could just see who was playing, and she played really well on both sides of the net. She had a lot of attacks, and then she had some good blocks as well.
Right, yeah, Olivia was awesome. Actually, it's coming up from a couple matches ago that she's been hot on the net, blocking-wise, like from Southwestern, and then Bethany. I'm not sure on Bethany. I know she got some touches too. But yeah, we worked on it more during practice. Like, look, we need to be more disciplined, and I think tonight we play our style of game instead of letting our opponents push our tempo. So we push our tempo.
Well, I always hate mentioning people because you always forget somebody who's played well, but another one I know has done a very good job, who's caught my eye in just getting to every ball, being in the right spot. A lot of times, when you attack and then the ball's blocked back over, it goes over people and falls, but Marisol Sandoval has been in the right spot, like I think almost every time the past 2 matches.
Right. That's why she earned a libero jersey back, because at first she wasn't there and she was just off, and she is our more consistent passer, and like you said, she has this demeanor that she's just gonna take every ball, and like I said, she just earned it back. And you're correct, she's giving us a lot of our serve receive, and as well as the crazy plays that you saw, that we kind of pursuing the ball, and we have that mindset that we're not going to give up. And I told the players, like, we cannot give up because the ball's going to go crazy, then we just have to play it. And
yeah, and she served well tonight. And then how fitting was that for the last match here at home? You had a senior in Sam Smith with a nice back set to a senior, Marissa Groff, and she put the ball away for the last time on this court in competition.
Right. I kind of told her, I don't know if you saw me, I was going like this and like feed her one more time because I want it. Well, that was a great script to end for some of our seniors, you know, because we did have Monet also in the back row at that time.
Right.
So it's like, you know what? Let's go and let's get that final kill. And I was happy that we had the opportunity to get the final kill, and fittingly for the last home match for their career.
Well, and I think that now you look forward to going to Ottawa, one of the good teams in the conference, obviously sitting at third right now. But, and I've said this all along, and I had Dr. Hunt up here in an interview, and I think that if there's a team that can get on a roll that people don't want to play, it's us. And so when we get to the tournament, I think if we play our game and really get after it, we'll be a tough out for anybody.
Right. That's what we have. That's what we want to have the mindset for. And I think we might be clicking at the right moment, like you say, for the tournament. You know, we're excited. We'll see where we're going to stand. There's a jumble of teams right, you know, smack dab in the middle. It's going to be exciting who we get to play. And yeah, we can't wait to have that. I mean, yeah, we have Ottawa first, so we want to focus on that match first, and then we'll go from there.
All right. Well, Coach, good job tonight. And again, Tabor with a 3-1 victory, winning sets 1, and 3 and 4, dropping set 2. But a good win tonight. York will have a long travel home, so obviously we wish him a safe trip. But good job tonight, Coach, and good luck with Ottawa and then in the tournament.
All right. Thank you very much.